70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi's Stadium. Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. One will get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Like 13.
They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here's 2nd and 7. He finds Tigga Conquo for the grab. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Levis from the shotgun. That's going to be caught, Tony Pollard. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Levis. That one's cut along the left sideline. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Like 54. Yeah, like 54.
Levis here on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He's inside the 10. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans finish up an excellent opening series. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Titans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Purdy throwing here to start. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, and sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
19 tight. 19 tight.
First down throw by Purdy. Finding Pearsall. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone.
And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The 49ers finish off their opening drive. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown! And that one's off, no good. A lot of game left here, but we'll see if that's a point that they regret not having later on in this contest. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Right side 4.
This is Pollard running left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Titans will have a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing now on first down, Levis. Okonkwo brings it in. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Diamondor Lenore there on the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. This one intended for the running back. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. From the gun, Levis. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Hey, come on, come on.
From the red zone now. Completed to his running back. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Levis throwing again. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans take a 7-point lead in the first. Javon Baker with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Titans grow their lead to 8. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Warriors 17. Go.
From the gun is Purdy. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Chased out to his right. Connection made with his back deep downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He's trying to push the field. He has the San Francisco touchdown. On is Moody for the extra point. And he hits the extra points. A little surprised they wouldn't go for two in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Levis out of the pistol. That's complete. He got the feet down, but he goes out right at the line of scrimmage. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Launches one deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Tennessee. All right, so this solid first half continues for Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Purdy on 1st down. He lofts it deep, right sideline. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chidobe Awuzie. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They get 40 on the big hitter. And that'll be a Tennessee 1st down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down, and they go right back to him. He spins right by him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Levis now on first down. Completed to Pollard. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk the trip.
Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and the next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
Purdy throwing here on first. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackled there by Jerome Baker.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps the stride moving. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Now Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And it's a turnover, the defense has it.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
They're out and set, first and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The Titans with the football. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. They'll motion Smith left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Fred Warner. Halfway there on first down. That brings up second and 5.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
49 down, 22 reader.
From the 37. Pass taken in by Pollard. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Levis here on first down. He's got it near the 10. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. Got to get out of their own way here as they're backed up, 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Levis. He's on the move. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. Offense tagged for the penalty there as they walk off the distance. Could that penalty come back to haunt them? It's another 2nd and goal. From the gun, Levis. And the defender comes away with it. Charvarius Ward picks it off.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back! Because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
49ers 13.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Returns looking good so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the 2nd half. And really, Kate, this 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost in the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this 2nd half.
On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Yeah, you want to get about 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
1st down throw by Purdy. He'll get this to Samuel. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Brought in by Ayuk. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Here we go, shot. Panther 60, Panther 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their 1st. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Go.
Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So 2nd down coming up. From the gun is Purdy. Cut near the goal line. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
19 tight, 19, take over.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And guys, man, that's a San Francisco touchdown! The 49ers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown! And he will get into the end zone. That ties this game up. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Pollard. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Brought down by Fred Warner. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 32. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So on 4th down, out runs J.K. Scott to send it skyward. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. And following that return, we've got an injured player down there. He'll receive some assistance as we step aside.
Ready, set.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready. 19 Lions. 79 Broncos.
Now it's Purdy. Fits it through the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a 21-yard gain. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Warriors 70. Ready.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Left side secured by Ayuk. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
60 Rattler, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Purdy on 1st down. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Come on, set. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Touchdown, San Francisco! On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Levis from the shotgun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Completed to Pollard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Levis now on first down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
To throw again on second down, Levis. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Completes this one to Baker. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That's the end of the third on Sunday night. It's Titans ball, and they could use a score. They come into the fourth trailing. They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a 1-yard pickup there. Now a call to make on fourth and goal from the 1.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. First down, didn't score. Second down, didn't score. And now third and goal, can't find the end zone either.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans now trail by just a point in the fourth. Javon Baker with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Titans tie us up 28-all. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the fourth quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that third phase is coached and coached and coached, because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. That finds Ayuk complete. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Reload! Reload! Check up!
He's going to keep this one. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he gets in. Touchdown. The 49ers take a fourth quarter lead. PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Levis back to throw. Caught by Pollard. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, it's Pollard. Down the sideline to the 45. And he's all the way down to the 36. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Titans will have a first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Going to the ground again on first. He's off again. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
A tie in baseball, Kate, well, we know it goes to the runner. A tie at the line of scrimmage on a sneak, well, in this case, it goes to the defense.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. Going power with a big tight end. The makings of a goal line stand here. No gain on the run, and now it's 3rd and goal.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down 2nd and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans now trailed by just a point in the 4th. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Seven Pirates. Dragon 60.
Purdy throwing here. Complete to Pearsall. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Samuel comes in motion left. Purdy throwing here on first. On the move, headed right.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Setting up to pass. Forced out to his right. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
He'll look to throw it. Finding Pearsall. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26, and that's a 49er first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
And now they call the timeout. Oh, Brock, what a play to get him into range, and now they can win it all as time expires. So everything comes down to this from Jake Moody. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. So it all comes down to the right foot of their kicker. This is from 35 out on the left hash. The kick is good. He got it.